What happens when a hidden recording exposes cracks in a state wildlife agency's investigation process? A recent controversy in Colorado has sparked fierce debate, revealing how ranchers and investigators are clashing over the transparency of wolf depredation claims. But here's where it gets controversial. The same agency tasked with protecting wildlife might be pressuring its own staff to downplay evidence of wolf attacks on livestock. And this is the part most people miss. A secretly recorded conversation between ranchers and a Colorado Parks and Wildlife CPW investigator became the catalyst for a dramatic shift in how the agency handles such cases. Could this be the start of a larger reckoning for Colorado's wolf management program? Let's dive in. The story began when Marilee Ellis of Coberly Creek Ranch shared a 20-minute recording of a conversation. The audio, obtained by the Coloradoan, captured a tense exchange about a calf found dead on the ranch in April 2024. Abel Childs, a trained wildlife damage specialist with over 6 years of experience, admitted to the ranchers that higher-level CPW officials were pressuring her to classify the death as inconclusive, even though she believed a wolf was responsible. "If I don't call it inconclusive, they're going to argue with me," she said. This admission, Ellis argues, explains why the agency initially denied the ranch's $2,250 compensation claim for the calf. But the recording changed everything. Just days after the Coloradoan published the story, CPW Director Jeff Davis, who had previously avoided media interviews, began granting requests, including a high-profile sit-down with 9 News. The stakes are high. Under Colorado's wolf recovery plan, ranchers are compensated for confirmed wolf-related livestock losses. But the rules are strict. A preponderance of evidence, meaning the majority of evidence must point to wolves, is required to qualify. In the Coberly Creek case, Abel Child's field report suggested a wolf kill, but the final agency report, signed by her supervisors, claimed the calf's death was unlikely caused by a wolf. Ellis insists this discrepancy is a red flag. "The phone recording shows exactly what the investigator thought," she said. "Without it, we never would have overturned their decision." This isn't an isolated incident. Ranchers across Colorado are increasingly wary of CPW's independence in investigations. Some now bring veterinarians to kill sites to document conversations in real time, fearing investigators might later alter their findings. In Grand County, where 18 confirmed wolf depredations occurred last year, ranchers have even started contacting sheriff's offices before CPW staff to avoid perceived bias. And in Rio Blanco County, a new third-party investigator was hired to act as a neutral observer of CPW investigations, a move aimed at rebuilding trust. Critics argue the problem runs deeper. They claim CPW is being influenced by political pressures, including from Governor Jared Polis and his husband, Marlon Reese, a known animal rights advocate. While Polis's spokesperson denied these allegations, ranchers like Mike Cerveni of Pitkin County remain unconvinced. "It just puts a bad taste in your mouth for the whole program," he said, referencing his own unconfirmed losses to the Copper Creek wolf pack. "You start to distrust everyone." The controversy has even reached the state legislature. During a June hearing, lawmakers grilled Davis on whether the agency deliberately delayed confirming wolf kills to avoid compensating ranchers. Davis denied the claims, but the Coloradoans' attempts to interview him about the recording were rebuffed. Meanwhile, the state's 2024 wolf depredation claims have already exceeded budgeted costs by over $250,000. Raising questions about accountability. So where does this leave Colorado's wildlife management system? On one hand, CPW maintains it follows strict scientific protocols. On the other, ranchers and county commissioners argue the agency is acting as both judge and jury in cases that determine their livelihoods. The Coberly Creek Ranch's experience highlights a troubling pattern. Investigators may know the truth, but higher-ups might twist the narrative to fit a preferred outcome. And that's the part no one wants to admit, until a recording forces the truth out. We want to hear from you. Do you think CPW is manipulating its investigations to protect wolves at the expense of ranchers? Or are ranchers overreacting to a system designed to prioritize conservation? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you're a rancher in a similar situation, what steps would you take to ensure transparency? The debate is far from over, and Colorado's wolves and its people will feel the ripple effects for years to come.